Hello everyone, my name is Mimi Yu and I'm the Senior Manager of Product Management at Target Health. Unfortunately, I can't be there in person. However, I'm really glad to see you virtually. Today, I would like to discuss the trends for drug development, CRO, and clinical trial software being used in clinical trials. In addition, I will explain key points of selecting a software for your clinical trial management. Lastly, I will introduce Target Health software solution. Taking a look at the industry, we can see that for new drug development, global pharmaceutical R&D costs were $136 billion in 2012, $188 billion in 2020, and an expected $233 billion in 2026, which is a yearly growth rate of 3.9%. Also, new drug approvals were 28.6 in 2012, 34.8 in 2016, and 44 in 2019, which is a yearly growth rate of 6.3%. We can see from this chart, R&D spending and approvals for new drugs are increasing at a steady growth rate year after year. From 2017 to 2020, there was an increase of 5.4% yearly in the CRO market due to the development outsourcing penetration having increased to 60%. Between 2021 to 2028, the CRO market size is predicted to grow at a rate of 8.5%, reaching $88.83 billion. The global CRO services market size was valued at $38 billion in 2018, with a predicted reach of $90 billion by the end of 2026, which is a yearly growth rate of 11.4%. Overall, we believe that 2021 has provided a favorable setup for CROs. Large and mid-sized CROs have reported strong bookings growth, both virus and non-virus related, which provide visibility and are expected to translate into an acceleration in top-line growth. The R&D landscape has drastically changed over the past decade. In a time where the pharmaceutical industry has faced growing regulatory scrutiny, escalating commercialization costs, and patent expirations on key blockbuster drugs, the business models of the larger market players have evolved, promoting extensive growth of the clinical outsourcing industry. The growth of the global CRO market has been largely driven by increased big pharma outsourced development spending. The way in which pharma companies work with CROs is changing. CROs are taking on more of the strategic planning in trials in addition to execution. This trend is set to continue with CROs becoming end-to-end development partners. Let's look at the Korean market. In 2019, US-bound Korean clinical studies have dramatically increased 7 times their value in 2015. In 2015, the number of Korean pharmaceuticals initiated clinical studies in the US were totaled at 28. By 2019, the number of Korean clinical studies leaped to 158. The 2015 Korean clinical studies were valued at $242 million, increasing to over $1 billion in revenue in 2019. The global clinical trial software market size reached over $900 million in 2020 and is expected to register a revenue annual growth rate of 15.6% during the forecast period. The market will reach $2.8 billion by 2028. Rising global prevalence of infectious, chronic, and rare diseases is a key factor expected to continue to drive global clinical trial software market revenue growth over the forecast period. In addition, the steady shift towards broad-based effectiveness-oriented approach from efficiency-centric approach is another key factor contributing to revenue growth of the global clinical trial software market. Then what is clinical trial software? Clinical trial software provides a centralized platform for managing data, operations, and processes involved in research studies and clinical trials. Also, it centralizes entire patient databases, collects and analyzes a vast volume of structured and unstructured data, monitors patients involved in clinical trials, ensures regulatory compliance is met, streamlines workflows, and tracks investigator, participants, and sites, and optimizes whole clinical trial processes. In addition, it enables pharmaceutical companies, medical research institutes, CRO, and trial administrators or sponsors to efficiently plan, manage, and monitor the complete life cycle of clinical trials. Due to COVID, CROs are seeking clinical trial software solutions to provide technology-driven processes to conduct decentralized clinical trial while highlighting the critical benefits of virtual trials and improving the patient and physician experience. This is the application development lifecycle. By looking at it, we can see that it begins with the study build, test, and deploy phase. The study build is done by the developers. The installation process should be easy and straightforward. Study forms should have the option to be built from scratch or copied from a master study and then modified as needed. Edit checks and informed consent features should be configurable to the client's specifications. After a study is deployed, e-informed consent features are added. This involves setting up sites and registering subjects. The EDC system should allow for both subjects and investigators to sign through e-informed consent using their individual accounts. Once the signatures are obtained, data entry and medical screening begins. The subject's eligibility is determined, and eligible subjects are enrolled into the study for treatment and further evaluation. The EDC system should allow for reports and data listings to be easily generated. A great feature is to have the reports and data listings to be displayed in real time and with the ability to be exported as well. The EDC system can be configured with standard built-in reports, but any further customized reports can be programmed and configured to the client's specifications. There are many key points to consider when selecting an EDC. One of these key points is compliance. With compliance, we have computerized system validation and FDA 21 CFR Part 11 guidelines. Computerized system validation. System validation process covers validation plan, validation report, user requirements and functional specification, design and development, and testing, including IQ, OQ, and PQ. All steps must be documented. FDA 21 CFR Part 11 guidelines. An EDC system must be FDA 21 CFR Part 11 compliant. The importance of the FDA's 21 CFR Part 11 is to ensure that systems provide electronic data authenticity, integrity, and confidentiality, which includes the validity of electronic signatures. A system in compliance with Part 11 must include security controls of user identification. These security features must limit user access and their permissions. Example features are requiring unique usernames and passwords, preventing or detecting unauthorized system access, locking or removing compromised accounts. Audit trails. A compliance system must include a detailed record of all data entry. Electronic signatures. If electronic forms or documents require a signature, A compliance system must be capable of assigning unique electronic signatures to each user. These electronic signatures need to be certified by the owner of the account and signature to be legally equivalent to a binding signature. Another key point to consider when selecting an EDC is IT security. IT security includes physical and logical security, user access management, cybersecurity, data backup and recovery, and disaster recovery strategy. In general, IT security includes databases, software, applications, servers, and devices. In order to ensure protection, physical and logical access to the data center and servers should be limited to authorized personnel only. Management of user accounts to ensure that access to each system should be limited to authorized personnel. IT security also covers cybersecurity. Ransomware or cyber attack may cause system network down or sensitive data loss. There should be essential system and data backup plans in secure off-site location, such as daily, weekly, and monthly backups. When the system is down for any reason, EDC providers should be able to restore the system as early as possible through a disaster recovery plan. Another key point to consider when selecting an EDC is an easy design and customizable study build. Among these are flexibility and data capture and add-on features. EDC systems should be flexible to configure the complex study design, study flow, CRFs, and reports. With the volume and diversity of clinical study data growing, it is challenging and at the same time crucial for a customized EDC solution that is flexible and cost-effective. EDC is not just data capturing system. It should provide many add-ons like randomization, IMP allocation, medical coding, SAE handling, and real-time reports. EDC system should be able to transfer and receive data securely from third-party vendors. Another key point to consider when selecting an EDC is a user-friendly interface and workflow. EDC system should provide modern user interface and a location to access training materials and helpful guides. It requires less time on setup, training, data entry, queries, and reports. Study teams should be able to navigate the EDC system efficiently. Minimal learning curve or training is required due to the intuitive workflow of the system. Another key point to consider when selecting an EDC is quality and consistent support. Sufficient support is one of the most important requirements for EDC provider. If any questions or issues arise at any moment throughout the study, the help desk and support team should be available to walk you through a resolution. Proactive quality assurance is equally as important when it comes to consistent quality and service. System should be regularly evaluated for issues or improvements. Quick and fast turnaround time is crucial to any clinical trial, especially trials with direct data entry. Another key point to consider when selecting an EDC is experienced staff and cost efficiency. It is very important to choose a partner with well-experienced staff. Well-experienced staff includes not only a clinical team, but also study application developers and testers with knowledge of the clinical trials. Working with knowledgeable team will be more efficient and cost-effective, leading to a high-quality applications with reduced risks. As a result, less communication time is needed, and time spent on building and managing studies is reduced. Here at Target Health, we have been developing software specifically for the clinical trial industry for over 20 years. The first version of Target eCRF was released in 1999, back when most clinical trials were paper-based. Since then, FDA 21 CFR Part 11 compliant Target Health software suite has been used for over 1,000 studies globally in North and South America, Asia, and Europe. And drugs and devices tested using Target Software Suite have been approved globally in US, Canada, Europe, Japan, and more. Target Health provides full line of software solutions to support complete application cycle of clinical trial from protocol design to approval and product to the market. For over 20 years in use globally, our software have been proven to be reliable, flexible, and scalable for any size or any type of clinical trial. Taking a closer look at the full Target Software Suite, you can see that our software is designed to provide solutions that address the full scope of clinical trial needs. All of our software are web-based, allowing easy access to data anywhere you are connected online. Our most widely used product is Target eStudio, which is a platform to set up study applications, and Target eCRF, a study application and database through which study data is collected and managed. We also have the Target ePro mobile app. This is the newest addition to Target Software Suite and is currently in beta version. Target Mobile is an ePro mobile application that would boost patient engagement by enabling them to enter their own clinical trial data directly. The data collected through the app is sent to Target eStudio almost in real time, which then can be reviewed by site personnel. You can also collect hand signature by the patient for each form submission and enable fingerprint biometric login for added security. Target eCTR is our e-clinical trial record panel eSource solution. It is an electronic clinical trial patient record system, access to which is controlled by the clinical investigator. Within the eCTR, the original patient record is created at the time of initial data entry and can be considered the source document associated with the patient record for a given clinical trial. Additionally, we have Target eConsent, which conveniently allows consent forms to be signed electronically and stored in the system as PDFs, reducing the need for paper copies. There is also Target Document, which is our eTMF management system that enables users to store, share, electronically sign, search, and archive any electronic document. You can quickly send out files for review and electronic signature and track changes with version control. You can grant or deny access to files and folders to individual users or group of users for added security. And you can set automatic reminder for periodic reviews to maintain proper procedures. Target Encoder is a coding tool to code CRF terms faster and easier to MedDRA and WHO Drug Dictionary. Target IWRS manages randomization and IMP management and is fully integrated in EDC system. Target eSafety is our data management system, which enables users to enter, share, electronically sign, search, and archive any reported events. Target eCRF eStudio is a cloud-based EDC software that enables CROs, pharmaceutical, and device companies to design, test, and deploy their studies globally. It enables the user to capture, manage, and report clinical trial data electronically. Target eStudio provides comprehensive form and edit check builder to design and customize the perfect study for your clinical needs. Target eCRF provides a very intuitive, user-friendly environment to collect, monitor, and analyze patient data. Target eCTR Viewer, with this patented data storage process, allows direct data entry with traceable source documents stored in safety third-party location. And these are all compliant with federal mandate for electronic record systems. Target Encoder is a secure, user-friendly web-based coding tool to code CRF terms faster and easier to MedDRA and WHO Drug Dictionary. The system provides an interface that allows users to perform both automatic and manual encoding. Target Encoder works with multiple versions of drug and medical event dictionaries in multiple languages. Target Encoder accepts data from multiple input tables derived from multiple studies and generates database table of manually coded terms in a source database table. Target eSafety is safety data management system, which enables users to enter, share, review, search, and archive any reported safety event. Using Target eSafety with customizable workflow settings, you can quickly send out reported event for review and validation. The event and drug terms can be coded directly using Target Encoder's API engine. Safety data can be entered manually, or you can import data from existing E2B R2 or E2B R3 report files and generate E2B R3 SIOMs or MedWatch report for regulatory submission. Thank you for allowing me to present to you. If you have any questions, please contact Junhyuk Choi.